Yeah, I didn't realize that you guys, so y'all were coming from where, Wyatt?
We were coming from Hornwood.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is.
Hornwood's out. It's a little town on Old 90 Road. And it's some parts of it is in Caldwell County and some of it is in Gonzales County.
Okay.
But we live on the Caldwell County side.
Right. So you encountered traffic. You said it was like from all the way to
80. On 80.
All the way to Nixon.
Right out, all the way to Nixon.
Yeah. So gosh, how long did it take you to get here?
About an hour and a half.
Wow. You came all this way just for little old us, right? But you get around Texas, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. I tried to.
Cool. Let's see here. I'm going to pull this up. Good. Sound is on. Perfect. Let me share this. Alright, get some people to join us here. There we go. Got a few watchers. Good. All right, well, let's start this conversation. So welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News. My name is Kristen Weaver, and real quickly, my guests are
Wyatt Aleman
and
Mallorie, Deason.
Great, so we're going to tell you all about them here in a few minutes. First, I'd like to thank our sponsor of WCN Live, Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. They are tagged in the description of this video, and hope you can show them some love. We really appreciate you for your sponsorship of WCN Live for all these weeks. So thank you so much. Get my volume off here. Great. Okay. All right, so we have a couple things going on here. First, I'm going to have Wyatt draw a winner. So every week when we're on WCN Live, we ask you to post a comment. So you can say hi, you can ask a question, just anything, but get your name in our comment contest entries because we will be drawing from that next week. So this is our pot of entries, those who commented on last week's conversation, and someone is going to be the winner of 2 tickets to the Karnes County Friends of NRA event that is happening here very soon. I already forgot the date, but it's coming right up. So if you would please draw a winner for me, Wyatt. Let's see who wins these tickets.
These are 2, right?
One
Just
winner.
one. Oh, one
2
winner.
tickets.
Right. There you
Here
go.
we have. Okay, so Valerie Campos, congratulations. You are the winner of these awesome tickets to the event that I know you are going to just enjoy getting over to. So congratulations. I will be reaching out to you on Facebook Messenger and make sure we get those tickets in your hands so you can use them. Appreciate you so much. And good morning, Mary Lou and Victoria. Thanks for posting a comment. So let me tell you, today, when you comment live, you'll go into the drawing to win 4 tickets to the Floresville Opry August 7th. Did I say that right? Yes. Where you will see the very own Wyatt Aleman, okay? So, but today we are actually talking about, you have a chance to win these tickets to the Opry, which is great. Reminding everybody that there is an Opry happening tomorrow here in Floresville, so check that out. If you want to, you can reach out to Viola Hankey, who is watching. Hi, Viola. But actually today we are here to talk about another special event happening here in Floresville. Let me just first start with our introductions, though. If I could have each of you introduce yourselves to us, a little about who you are, where you're from. Wyatt?
Well, my name is Wyatt Aleman. There's a lot of people that don't say my name right, but it really don't matter. Just whatever floats your boat. It's Wyatt Aleman. I'm from Harwood, Texas, and I've been playing music since I was about 10 years old, or playing instruments since I was 10 years old.
Nice, awesome. Well, happy to have you. And I know you've been a regular guest on the Floresville Opry. We're going to learn all about you here in a minute. But next, Mallorie.
Mallorie Deason. I have been the curator for the Wilson County Jailhouse Museum for almost 2 years now. But I will be stepping down after Labor Day because I'm moving to New Mexico.
Really?
So, yeah.
Darn. some good help's moving away.
I heard it's beautiful out there.
Very much so. I used to live there years ago.
Amazing. Wow. So, like I said, so today's conversation is all about an event that is going to take place on Saturday, July 12th on the Courthouse Square in front of the Wilson County Jailhouse Museum. So Wyatt will be performing from 11 to 2, and it is a free event. And it's a great opportunity to come out and see him and then enjoy seeing him at the Floresville Opry in August. So remember, comment today your chance to win Opry tickets in August, and let's just get started then. So Wyatt, you gave me a little bit about your start. So when and how did you get your start in music?
Well, this is probably going to be a little bit long, but I was born out in Columbus. And I was born into a family that we loved country music. Loved to listen to it all the time. If we didn't listen, especially my parents when they were young, their grandparents, my great-grandparents and my grandparents, their parents and their grandparents, if they weren't listening to what was on the radio at that time, it was country music all day long. So, and I mentioned before, I was born into this, and I just loved it. So. And I grew a fascination for, we loved going out dancing, Friday night, Thursday night, Saturday night.
Yeah.
And we went to family places, so if I was not allowed in, we wouldn't go. We'll go find somewhere else to go dance. And we've been doing this since I was probably able to fit in a women's shoebox. And about 5-6 years old, started dancing, and then time went on. And I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I just saw these very two instruments out in these dance halls here in Texas. I was like, Mom and Dad, can I go stand at the bandstand? And say, yes, just don't get in the way of the dancers. And I always sat right here where the steel guitar and the fiddle, and I stood right there very much. And I was saying I grew a fascination for it, and I went up to my parents one day. I was 9, almost 10 years old. I said, I know what I want to do. It's like, what, you want to go somewhere? You want to toy? I said, I want to learn how to play the fiddle. They looked at me like I thought I went half crazy or something. Like, where did that come from?
All the way to fiddle.
Yeah. So, 10 years old, I was out in Navasota, Texas, and have been presented a fiddle out in the dance hall, and I've been learning it ever since. And had lessons the year after in June, July, and been progressing ever since. And then I turned 14, 15 years old. I started playing guitar, and then 17 years old I picked up the steel guitar because I was, of course, listening to Bob Wills and Hank Williams. And they were at a time where steel guitar was a very important instrument at that time period. And and I forgot that I was never the one about trying to get on a microphone like I am right now. And about 14 years old, a man named Jimmy Belato from San Antonio, he said, we were at a Geronimo VFW hall. He said, come on, Wyatt, let's sing you at least one part of the song called Heart Over Mind. And I've been hooked on singing ever since. Nice. Then over the years I started picking up snare drum and then upright bass. And
just a love of music.
Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, when the voice came along. So, then what piqued your interest in singing like Hank Williams?
Well, a family member out by Luling, he lives out there still. His name, Uncle Speedy. His dad loved Hank Williams, and so he had a love for Hank Williams because it always reminded him of his dad. Yeah. So we visit to the family once in a while, and he had just sitting in the kitchen. He had about 2 or 3 CDs out, and one of them was 20 of greatest hits of Hank Williams. It's the one where it has somebody had made a clay figure of just his top, his shoulders and his head and his hat. So he gave me the CD. He said, son, I'd like for you to do me a favor. You go home and listen to these as much as you can and give me the best impression of Hank Williams you got. And I know I've told people on accident that I've said I was about 16, 17. I was actually about 15 years old, 15, almost turned 16 years old, listening to Hank Williams. Actually, I had first listened to Hank Williams when I was about 8, 9 years old. 3rd grade. Love this song called Your Cheating Heart.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was the greatest song
Yeah.
when I was just a little kid at the time, but I'm going to go back to
Yeah. Okay. So there was that introduction back then.
Yes, ma'am.
And then full circle.
And then full circle around that I got back into it. It brought back a lot of the memories I listened to of Hank Williams music, and it just kind of stuck on me.
And why are you drawn to him in particular?
I think it's in such a short time how much of an impact he made on everybody in country music in general. So from around 1947, when he first started recording, to 1953, the man had at least 11, 12 number 1 hits. Even when after he had died, he had 2 or 3 of them after he had died. And I'd say the man has written over 500 songs in his career, in his lifetime. And 200 of them were professionally recorded, and I think 100 of them were hits, and 40 of them were definitely in the top 20. So,
wow.
And his life story too, just from growing up in such very low income poverty to a man of riches, but didn't like being rich. He still loved being the boy he was in Montgomery. There was some of his family members, when he was living in Nashville already almost half. Some say he was already dead, but he was just sick. They said, I'd rather be home now. I'd rather want to come home and be with my family, because that's who I really was. But he was a very humble man, so.
Wow. And do you feel like that's what makes him special to his fans?
Yes. And I think that he could relate to everybody and anybody in a way. When he would sing a song, and it, kind of like someone would say with Johnny Cash, how he was very, it's hard to explain it, kind of thing. When he, even little Jimmy Dickens, tater-eating Jimmy Dickens, they said when Hanks got on that stage and sang the Lovesick Blues, he said, I have no idea to this day, when he passed, he said, I'll never understand or never know what Hank had in him, that he had such a magnetism towards the crowd.
Wow. That's very cool. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, so we can understand this, maybe even what we don't understand about one of the just most classic country music singers out there, right? So pretty cool that you continue to share that with fans now kind of everywhere, right? Tell me a little bit about, like, I didn't put this on here, but where you've been, where you've performed, and how that kind of goes for you. Where's that led you?
With Western Swing, I've been out to New Mexico and Oklahoma. Those are, as you were mentioning before, very beautiful states. And then when I kind of leaned back away, I still love Western Swing, don't get me wrong, but I love, as you can see right now, I love Hank Williams. I've been able to go out the southeast, by Mississippi, Louisiana, and up by, well, of course, maybe on Alabama, where he was born. He wasn't born there, but he was raised there for quite a significant amount of time as a kid. And it's just beautiful out there. And then out by Georgiana, where they hold the Hank Williams Festival every June. It's hot and humid. Well, I wouldn't say it's hot. It's very humid, but it's beautiful out there. Every time when you go out there and you just take a sniff, all you smell is pine trees and magnolia trees.
Oh, that's nice. Great. So good morning to all of you. Thanks for joining us. We have Sherry and Brandy, Donna, Sharon. Appreciate it. Oh, Sherry says, love his accent. So I'm thinking she loves your accent, Wyatt. Yeah.
I get a lot of thanks for that. I've been out by Carthage, Texas at the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame doing the audition for the John Ritter Showcase.
Wow.
So, and then I've been told by people, they say, where are you from? I was like, I'm out by Harwood, Texas. They say, I love your accent. I was like, well, thank you. I don't know if they take that as a compliment or...
I think so. It's unique. So now let's tell everybody how give us a reference. Like, how long have you been doing this? without, you can tell us your age, okay? Like, you're pretty young, so tell us how long you've actually, so it's been like you were 15, 16 years old, and you took this to just the Hank Williams impersonating. How long have you been doing that specifically?
About,
Folks?
I want to say, definitely 3.5 years of doing this.
All right, so it kind of brings you up to current speed where you are now. And what are your goals for the future?
Well, I definitely want to become a music tutor. Teach music, definitely country music, because this is, especially the older style of country music, it's dying. A lot of the older generation, they grew up with that, they love it, and with what country music is coming out now on the radio, they said, I don't think there's any more hope for this music. Well, there are people, they're very fortunate people, much younger people, probably younger than I am, coming out, singing, playing, performing, whatever the case may be, they coming out with this much older sound that a lot of the older people would affiliate themselves with.
Well, let me ask you, and I hope this isn't too off the cuff here, but who would be, like, current day, who do you look up to now in music?
Man, I don't,
That's a tough one.
that's
maybe.
a very tough one.
Okay, you can think about it.
Yeah.
Let you think about it. All right, so that leads us to the big event. You can come and actually meet him and hear him free on Saturday, July 12th here in Floresville. And Mallorie, you're spearheading this, so tell us about why this event's being planned and what the goals are and what you're doing.
So the biggest reason for the event is trying to bring more people downtown. We have new businesses down here. We have our museum. It's just trying to bring people downtown to buy local, you know, and just see what's in Floresville. Because Floresville is a beautiful town, and it is so rich in history. And I don't think a lot of, especially the younger generation, realize that. But they live in an amazing county. And so hopefully by getting more people down into this area, it helps the businesses, but also they can come and learn the history of Floresville and the county, because it's amazing.
Exactly, I agree. So there is a special exhibit at
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Jailhouse Museum, and it all kind of lines up, and all of this is connected. So tell us about that exhibit.
So basically, we wanted to do a tribute to our Opry. The Opry has been, or was started in 2012, I believe, and Viola Hinkey has been the angel of the Opry, of everything that she has done for it, and the people that she has brought in to sing, and all of this. So big thank you to her, because if it wasn't for her, our museum alone wouldn't have all the renovations and things that it's had. We have had donations, of course, from our community, but the Opry has been our biggest income to be able to do what we needed to do with the museum. So huge tribute to the Opry and to Viola, because I don't know where we would be without both.
That's right. So it was just a few years ago, or has it been that long, that the jailhouse had like its set renovations to be able to open again and bring back the tours?
So we did a re-grand opening 3 years ago, and we hadn't quite had all the renovations done. We still lacked the windows in our jail cell area, and we had to raise $80,000 for that. And we finally got that done last summer. And so big thank you to Doug and his crew, because they are the ones that have done all the renovations. They've done an amazing job, and very grateful for him and his crew, because it's awesome. Love it.
Awesome. So yeah, for those who may not know, and you're watching this video, but you know, our downtown here in Floresville is a beautiful historic area, because we
Yes.
have our courthouse, which is iconic. And you may not know, but the Jailhouse Museum is sitting right there, and it's, you know, it's true fashion as a
Yep.
jailhouse museum. And so tours, tell us about tours in general, when you have tours.
So we have just regular tours every second Saturday from 10 to 3. You can either walk freely through there, or we can give you a tour and give you a little bit of the history. It is free for everybody. We are also called a Blue Star Museum, which is no matter if we even start charging, all military and their families will be free. My family, I have family from World War I, World War II. My dad was in Vietnam. And so I'm very, very big on the military and families and just, making sure they know that there's a place that they can come and enjoy.
Yeah, nice. And so the event, tell us what can we expect when we come to Floresville that Saturday, July 12th? We'll be able to hear Wyatt performing.
Absolutely.
We'll be able to get tours.
Yes.
See the Floresville Opry exhibit, as well as the museum. So on
Yes,
top
ma'am.
of that. What other plans do you have for that day?
So we'll have a couple of vendors for the day, and we also have Coffees, Cars, and Veterans. It is a veterans group here in the county. Amazing group of veterans. They are also trying to help bring, more people downtown and all of that. So they're going to have a bunch of classic cars out there. Very excited.
You want to see those, don't you?
Oh, I love classic cars,
I
so
do too.
it's all up my alley right there.
Classic country music and just
Absolutely.
go back in time.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a great day for that.
Yes, and it's very exciting because having the veterans there, having Wyatt there, and just being downtown is it's going to be an amazing day. Absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. Great. Okay, so what about in the future? Tell us a little about some of the exhibits maybe that you've had in the museum, as well as what might be coming in the future.
So what we've tried to do is the second quarter of every year we do a military exhibit.
Okay.
And so that is cement. That's one because with Memorial Day, it's remembering those missing in action and POWs and those veterans that we've lost since they've come home. So that is always written in stone. And then starting in September for the next quarter, 1st of October, we do the Peanut Festival, and we actually reach out to local families and all that to have court dresses and things like that displayed in the museum. Nice. So those two things are always. We did a school exhibit where through lots of going through different archives and things like that I actually found 151 schools. Wow. And at least 50 of them were African American schools. So it's bringing, some of that stuff and displaying it and going, hey, this is how diverse our county was. This is some of the things that have happened in our county. We've had an agricultural exhibit. I know future plans, we're just trying to come up with different themes and things like that because we want to feature our county as much as possible so that people can learn as much as they can. So, yeah.
That's great. That's a great way to do it. And I know that if you can remind us where we can go for information about the Opry, about the Historical Society, the Jailhouse Museum.
So you can go to the website, wilsoncountyhistoricalsociety.com, and you will be able to look up our calendar for the dates of the Opry. We also invite people to come to our meetings. We have them once a month. More people that come in and help and volunteer. You'll be amazed at how much you're going to learn about the society, what we do. Besides having the jailhouse, we have the Deason house. There's so many places in this county to see. And when it comes to the jailhouse, we also have a Facebook page. And so does the Historical Society. They have a Facebook page. So please come and check us out on both of those. We try to keep them updated as much as possible on our different events that are coming up. So, and one of our events that's coming up about the same time as on Friday and Saturday, we also do paranormal tours. Okay. So $20 a person for 2 hours, and you actually get to do an investigation. So those for you spooky people, that's there if you'd like to come and check it out and go on a tour with us.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, that really gives us the full picture of what to expect in Floresville. I'm so glad there's going to be some cool things happening on cool, hot, middle of summer.
Yeah.
Saturday, July 12th. Downtown Floresville is going to be the place to be, where country music will come alive, history comes alive, get your classic cars and shop and enjoy food and just good friends and camaraderie, right?
Absolutely.
In our beautiful historic downtown. So, yeah, looking forward to this. Back to you, Wyatt. Any last words you'd like to leave us with, and where we can learn more information about you?
I have a Facebook profile. I have a Facebook page called the Wyatt Aleman Fan Club. That's where you can find tours and dates and whatever I can. And then I also, if people who don't like Facebook, they can follow me on TikTok or Instagram.
Okay.
So, and of course we have it under construction right now. It's a website. I'm wanting to call it WyattAlemanmusic.com, where you can find my tours again, my dates, of course. Again, WyattAlemanmusic.com. So stay tuned if you
Awesome.
are a fan of my music. I hope you'll be a fan of my music. Look up on the website when it comes out.
Okay. Well, good. We'll be sure to keep our eyes peeled and watch for that as it comes. So, well, very good. Thanks everyone who joined us today. Good to hear from all of you. Hope you got something out of this, and do share this video and let's get the word out about. Make sure we can get people here to town and enjoy Saturday, July 12th. And remember, all those comments made live, you have a chance to win tickets to the August Floresville Opry, where you'll get to enjoy Wyatt again. And yeah, I guess that's it. Then that concludes our WCN Live today. I would like to thank our sponsor, Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you so much. They're tagged in the description of this video, as is, pretty sure I tagged the Floresville Opry and the Historical Society, so we'll be sure to get some of those website references and stuff updated as well for followers later on. So thank you very much, and I hope y'all join me again. We'll be here next Wednesday at 10 a.m. See you then.